Hi, thanks for stopping by. I want to show you in this video the use of projection in well-lit, bright environments and still achieve very high quality, bright, sharp images without turning the lights off, and also using a very low-end grade projector, not the big expensive one. Now most people believe to get a high quality image like what you're seeing behind me at the moment, you must either do one of two things: turn the lights off or go and get a very bright projector. And by bright I mean $20,000, $50,000 value projector, typically called a light cannon. Well, I want to demonstrate to you now in this video that in actual fact you don't need to do that, and that the most important thing to remember in any projection display system is the screen. If you get the screen right, everything else falls into place. Most people make the mistake of starting at the other end of the source, the DVD player, the HDMI cable, and so forth, and then they forget really about the screen, and they end up just using a matte white screen. I want to show you that that is the most incorrect thinking you could ever plan for, and that by getting and using the right screen, it changes everything. So the thing to be aware about is that in this room, as you saw in the wider shot, it was well lit. We've got fluorescent tubes up here. Above the camera we've got two sets of lights as well. And by my feet I've got a floodlight I want to show you a little bit later. So basically what we have is a matte white screen. Very familiar, most classrooms, most cinemas, most meeting rooms around the world, the White House, the government of Wellington, all use this type of screen technology. And like most people, they have always been conditioned, ever since cinemas ever got started, that the room was dark. And people became accepting that the room had to be dark to get well, bright, correctly lit images up on the screen. And ever since those times, 100 years ago, we've always now been conditioned that to get a good image on the screen, you got to turn the lights down. In actual fact, you only have to do that because the screen technology you're using is the worst you could use. And this is what we want to show you now. And so what we've got, this is an 82-inch digital daytime lens screen. It's a hard surface. You can't fold that. It's the size it is at the moment, as you can see it. Of course, we've got a whole range of these sizes that are available, but we're just going to concentrate on this at the moment. The interface we've got is from the Holodesk. It's a multi-touch software, and that's running on a system just to the side of the camera there. So I'm now going to go and bring up some content, and we're going to play that on the screen, and we're going to talk about what you can see. Now, the flickering that you can see is not visible to the naked eye, and what it is being caused by is the DLP projector, which has a colour wheel running around at thousands of times per second, and we have a frequency in the LCD camera, and so using those two technologies working together is creating that flicker. But this is a standard projector that we're using, and of course, as you well know, you don't get a flicker like that when you're using a projector. And of course I can't see that, but you can on the video. So let me get some content up, and I want to talk a little bit about that for you. And so now you can see we've got some video playing in the background, and it's appearing on the screen here, and it's also appearing on the one behind. Now I just want to do a little exercise for you to show that in fact we're not doing any video special effects here. This is a standard matte white screen, same as used in many thousands of rooms around the world. And as I pull it down, in fact you will notice that the image has basically disappeared. And that's because the matte white screen is only able to reflect in a well-lit room about 5% of the light that's coming and hitting the surface, because it's unable to, a matte white screen is unable to reject the ambient environment light from the projector light. And there's some unique optical reasons for that. And as I let it go back up, you can see it. Now I want to show you this particular point here. So you'll notice as I hold the screen, the white screen, hard against the rear screen, that right on this point between the two screens. Basically you can see nothing here, but yet where you can see all the birds, the gannet, is that a rabbit? Koala bear. You can actually see the image. And you might ask, how is that possible when we're using a standard projector rated at around about 3000 ANSI lumen at the moment due to the age of the lamp, and yet we can see it. Now I want to show you something quite remarkable now. Now I've just turned on this flood lamp and I'm going to show you how bright that is. Right? That's pretty bright. You don't want to go looking into that. And yet when I place it here on the floor, as you can see, it's hitting, washing out a little bit down here on the rear screen. But when I hold the matte white screen here, we get a brilliant white. And yet we can still see the image over here on the main screen. And that's because the curvature of the screen, without going into all the science of it, is actually able to work at projecting and separating that light from the projector light, all based on the incidence of reflection. Something you might recall from your science lessons at secondary school. And that's basically how it's able to achieve this. Now I want to just go and pop over and turn the lights on, and you notice something. Now we've turned the light off and we're getting, still, or not still, we continue to achieve a brilliant image here. Optically there's nothing wrong with that image. From the corners down into the centre. But you notice here, it's completely burnt out. Absolutely nothing here at all, especially from the slide here. Even if I turn it away, turn it down, we can start to see an image here, but it has nowhere near the definition that is in the main screen. Bring it around again, and you can see it just washes it out. So this is what we call the ICE digital daytime screen. It's an 82-inch size. It has some remarkable and fantastic optical properties, and when it's installed correctly and matched with the right projector and the right focal length, distance, projection distance, and considering all the other aspects around it, the viewing angle, that screen can create some magic that most people believe is not possible to achieve until they see it with their own eyes. Thanks for watching. Hope you found it interesting. If you need further details, pricing, you've got a project coming up where you need to use some smart screen, projection screen technology, give us a call, email us it. We're more than happy to help.